Is there also Rob or Bob?
Bob was an ex-Marine. That was like a father to me also.
His soul is here, so he passed.
Yes, he did.
He's also here because he kept saying to me, tell him Bob's here, tell him Bob's here.
Oh my God. And when me and my wife got married, he was my best man. And a year after we got married, he passed away. And I said, boy, I wish that my father would have had a chance to meet Bob. They never knew each other.
He knows now.
Boy, you are nailing it. I'm telling you.
This is crazy because right away, your father was making me come over and speak to you. He goes to me, Matt, my son is going to shit his pants because he is not expecting for me to come through. So know that one of the things is that he's here right now. And the moment I was connecting, your dad's soul was right with you. He says, Matt, the first thing that I have to tell my son is, first of all, can you believe it? I made it to the other side, he tells me. Your father was a big jokester here in this world when I'm connecting with him. Because when I'm speaking to your father, you're going to know that your loved ones and their personalities don't change. And I just heard your father fart on the other side when I'm connecting with him. Was he always farting here in this world?
Yep.
He just said to me, tell my son this. And when I'm connecting with him, this is hysterical because he's going to me, Matt, you don't understand. He says, when I was here in this world, he goes, I was very hard-headed. He goes, I didn't listen to anybody. And your father also had many problems within his body here in this world, he shows me. Your dad says to me that here in this world, you were constantly pleading with your father to take care of himself, to keep after himself. And your father says to me, listen, I heard what you said, but I followed my own advice, he says to me. And your dad also says to me that one of the things that is so beautiful was the bond in the relationship that you had with him. Your dad wants to let you know this. I know you and your father were close, but he also says to me, Matt, I didn't get to tell my son exactly how I had felt about him here in this world. Your dad tells me that you were his everything when he was here. And your dad tells me that when you were younger, your dad was very hard on you here in the physical world. And by the way, did you also work with your father?
I did.
He shows me when I'm connected that he made you work from when you were like 16 years old. And like used to go and work with him every day. And your father says to me, Matt, oh boy, he's telling me he kept your money. Well, did he like keep your money and was supposed to give it to you?
Not that I know.
When I'm connecting, I felt like your father took some of your money or some of the money from when you were a kid and like put it away and was like, was supposed to give it to you later on.
When my father passed away, I had several brothers, half sisters and brothers. And when my father passed away, I took the money. It was supposed to go to me, but I split it with everybody so they would have something.
That's what it is. Because when I'm connecting with your father, he tells me this. He says, Matt, that was meant for my son. And when I'm connecting with your dad, he shows me that he was the type of person where he was very frugal here in the physical world, did not like to spend money, but he saved it. He says, I was a saver. And it wasn't just in the bank. Your dad shows me him like hiding money around the house when I'm connecting with him.
They kept money in the sugar bowl.
He shows me, listen, he shows me in random places. You're telling me sugar bowl, but when I'm connecting with your dad, he's also showing me these random envelopes that he had with money in it in different places. And he's laughing at that because he goes to me, Matt, he goes, tell my son, he says, when I died, he says, I didn't even know how much money I had, he tells me. So know that one of the things that your dad wants to tell you is this. He wants to thank you for coming in after his passing and saving the family and doing everything that you could to keep the family together. Because even though you don't feel appreciated at times, your dad says to me, I know what you did. I know what you did for the family. I know what you did for everybody, and you need to know that. Because still to this day, he tells me that you get shit on because of this. And there's times when like people are like, you know what, this, and this. He says to me, Matt, you tell my son I know what he did. And your dad tells me that every day he wants to thank you for not only for doing the right thing, but doing it for your dad. He also tells me that it was very hard at the end about accepting medical care for your dad here in the physical world. He says, but you were my savior. You were the one that stepped up for me. And your dad wants to thank you for being his voice of reason. You know what's funny? Sometimes your loved ones on the other side, when they choose signs or how they're going to reach you or connect with you, sometimes they play jokes, right? And your dad just said to me, goes, tell my son that I'm the one who sends him the coins. Do you find like pennies or dimes?
All over the house. I blame my wife.
Your father just said to me, that's not your wife, it's your inheritance. I'm also hearing when I'm connecting, is there also Rob or Bob as well?
Bob?
Oh, Bob.
Bob. Well, we have two Bobs, but Bob was an ex-Marine. That was like a father to me also.
His soul's also here, so he had departed?
Excuse me?
His soul is here, so he passed.
Yeah.
Yes, he did.
He's also here because he kept saying to me, tell him Bob's here, tell him Bob's here.
Oh my God. After my father passed away, I met a ex-Marine. My father's been gone for 30 years, but he was a good friend of mine. And when me and my wife got married, he was my best man. And a year after we got married, he passed away. And I said, boy, I wish that my father would have had a chance to meet Bob. They never knew each other.
He knows now.
Boy, you are nailing it. I'm telling you.
Sir, I don't know how to tell you this, right? But I didn't get a television show for being wrong.
Wow.
But you know what's funny is that your father also ratted you out because he says to me, Matt, he didn't want to come tonight. And you said, like, I'm coming for my wife. I'm coming for her. I don't want to go to this bullshit. This guy's going to say the same old shit. So...
You're good.
So know that one of the things is that this is your dad's way of acknowledging the fact that you came for her today. And by the way, I know that your wife is a fan because your father's also telling me that you hear my videos on her phone or her listening to my videos. He goes, Matt, he knows who you are, but he doesn't really know what you do. He just hears your voice coming through his wife's phone. He said,
True.
know that one of the things that he wants to let you know from the afterlife is that he's always there. You have both dads watching over you. Your father and also Bob there. All right?
Thank you.
You're very welcome. I'm going to leave you with that.